What's up, everyone? Dr. Smith, physical therapist and law student here. Today I'm going to break down what you should do if you're failing a clinical or if you feel your school's just messing with you by looking at actual cases, breaking down what I would do if I was in your situation. Now, this isn't legal advice, but it's what I would do if I felt a school was fucking with me. Now, before we get into this, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, comment below if you have any questions, and let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to use about 3 cases today. Some of these cases you may agree with, some of you may not agree with. Not everyone agrees with the legal system or how things work. The first one's a bit controversial. This first case, David versus Newman University from 2016. In this case, we have an African-American female who was terminated from physical therapy doctoral program, and then she brought a claim against the university asserting breach of contract and racial discrimination under the Civil Rights Act. Unfortunately, this claim was dismissed because she did not state the claim properly, and that's a big problem. I don't know if she didn't have an attorney or didn't have a good education attorney. Unfortunately, it's a problem for students too if you're a broke graduate student. And again, there's institutional racism in laws and in healthcare. Now, prior, I didn't realize how bad it was until I started to become an attorney and taking property law and seeing how basically this whole country is founded on racist laws, especially property law. And I know this is something a bit different, but there are laws that are just racist in general. And here, she got dismissed from her DPT program, and she felt that she was being discriminated against because of the color of her skin, which could be true. But she failed to state the proper claim, so it got dismissed. Now, this is unfortunate, but I want to bring this up and highlight it because it does show you that things like this do happen. Now, there's many lawsuits about people getting dismissed from PT programs, but I wanted to go through just a few of these today and start with this one because I believe it's a conversation that we should be having, especially because this may have been one that she would have won had she stated a better claim. Now, I don't know which claim she should have stated. I don't know all the details. Again, I'm just looking at the synopsis here, but based on this synopsis, if she would have stated a better claim, she may have actually won. Now, the second case I'm going to talk about today is Garcia versus Dominican College. This is a 2018 case. In this case, Mr. Garcia brought an Article 78 action against the college, challenging his dismissal from the doctoral program. Now, an Article 78 is just like an administrative challenge, but actually what happened is during this process, and because he brought this lawsuit, he actually got reinstated into the program. So if we go here, we type in reinstate, just to prove. Because he was reinstated, the lawsuit was dropped. So he lost the lawsuit, but he got reinstated. Something to keep in mind. Now, the third and final case I'm going to go over is from 2012. This is Nofsinger versus the Virginia Commonwealth University and like 6 other people. This is actually a very complicated case, but what happened is the plaintiff had like 85 credits in her DPT program and then somehow randomly failed her second clinical and then was dismissed from the program. Anyway, she ended up suing the school and like 6 professors and the clinical instructor, and she ended up winning everything because she was pretty much done with the program. And it was kind of shady if you actually read what happened. She was like having dinner with her clinical professor, and then like the next day there was a failure grade. So it was a very shady situation. However, she sued everybody and she ended up winning. So that's something to consider as well. Now that we've gone over these 3 cases, and again, this is just a small sample size of many cases, but what I would do if I was in a situation where a professor was fucking with me, a school was fucking with me, a clinical instructor was fucking with me, I personally would not admit to anything. Even if you're accused of it, even if you did it, I would not admit it, and I would not have a meeting with anybody without representation. Now, if you can afford an attorney, go ahead and get it, but make sure you have a parent, somebody you know, maybe your academic advisor, but somebody meet with you that's an advocate for you. Because what schools want and what schools are a business. At the end of the day, healthcare is a business and schools are a business. And they want to take your money and kick you out, especially if you're a bad student. So if you admit fault, it gives them reason to kick you out. If you go into a meeting and apologize and act all accountable and professional, guess what? It's not gonna help you. I know the APTA has professionalism as a core value. All that means is that you're a good employee, okay? That's all that means is you are a good student, you're a good employee, and you're good at taking orders and not challenging the system. That all being said, If you feel that you're being mistreated, you feel the school's messing with you, a CI is being mean to you, maybe the school or a CI is being racist, a multitude of factors. Make sure that if you're accused of something, and especially if it can get you kicked out of the program, you do not admit to it. You do not have meetings with anybody without having representation. And again, it can be anybody. It can even be your advisor, as I stated earlier, but make sure that somebody's on your side, because remember, the school's end goal is to take your money and kick you out once there's a sign of trouble. Now, the best way to avoid this and the best way to win these type of lawsuits, or win getting reinstated, or win just in general, is you want to have high grades and high academic standards, because usually in those situations, the school is wrong, the CI is wrong, somebody is wrong that isn't you. Now, if you have terrible grades, you're failing everything, and it continues to happen, well, good luck. Try to get representation, but you're probably not going to win. I do want to throw that in there. There was another case I was going to pull up, but it's kind of confusing, so I didn't pull it up. But in this case, a student was dismissed, brought a lawsuit, but he had trash grades, kept failing everything, didn't really have much ground to stand on. So you want to do well in your program, but again, if something happens outside your control, or you feel a CI or professor is being racist towards you, sexist, or harassing you, make sure you document all of that: time, date, any inappropriate text, emails, etc. All of that, because you may have to actually sue your school. And guess what? You can sue your school and stay in the program, or it will be a catalyst to be reinstated in the program. Now, I know this video is a bit different than my other videos. I've actually been working on this one for a while. I just moved, so I'm gonna put a video in a bit. If you want to get in contact with me, there's gonna be a bunch of links below. If you just click the One Campsite link, it will take you to all my links. But I hope this video was helpful. I hope you appreciate this content. And again, I do believe that this content is what needs to be put out there. If you have any specific content requests, please comment below. Again, I'm Dr. Smith, physical therapist, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.